back with comedian David Boyle, and I'm glad I'm not a drug dealer. I've been watching a lot of these fucking inside narcos drug dealing fucking documentary series, and drug dealing seems like a fucking pain in the ass. At no level does it look fucking good. From user to kingpin, it's a fucking nightmare. And you all end up in the same fucking place as well. You end up running from a fucking cop or in jail or dead. Like even that El Chapo dude, essentially, once he passed a certain point, he had to be on the run all the time. Same with fucking Pablo Escobar. You're just on the run living in fucking shanties. What's the difference between that and actually living in a fucking shanty besides the stress? And the money's not that good either. Especially for those low-level guys, they're like, you gotta get those greenbacks, baby. I make sometimes $200-300 a week. It's like, dude, it sounds like you're taking most of your product. There's no way I could ever have been a drug dealer. That was never in the cards for me. I liked boozing too much, and I was a fucking loudmouth when I was younger. I could not shut the fuck up. I would have been bragging about it to undercover cops. I would have got busted in the first fucking 2 weeks. Alternatively, I would have been just too fucking paranoid to sell to anyone. I would have been like some fucking drug dealing character in a comedy sketch, the drug dealer too afraid to sell to anyone. And the other thing was I liked drugs too much. I probably would have taken too much of my product to turn a profit. It all seemed fucking shit to me. Like one of my mates, pill dealer, low level pill dealer, ecstasy dealer back in the day. He ended up getting busted with a bunch of shit, but the way he described it was he was dealing with bikies, and the bikies would push him to take more product every time he went back, and it's real hard to say fucking no to bikies, so he would keep on taking more product than he probably was comfortable selling. And then what happened to him was he took more of that product, then his car got broken into very suspiciously, and it all got stolen. So he went back and had to take over double of what he normally would so he could pay back the original one that he got ripped off. And then it just spiraled out of control. And then he kept on taking more and more until the cops raided his house and he got busted and he just avoided jail. I would never have been able to reach those lofty heights either. I was going to this festival one year, Newtown Festival in Sydney. And I'd been drinking all that night, and I woke up pretty pissed the next morning and started drinking again, and I was meeting a bunch of people in Newtown for the festival. I had a couple of pills on me, ecstasy, MDMA, Molly, whatever you want to call it. And I get off at the train station in Newtown, and there's a big set of stairs leading up to the street to exit the train station. And I look at those stairs and they're just completely blocked off by police with sniffer dogs. I'm like, fuck man, the heat is on me. The 5-0, the boys in blue are onto me. I'm like, is this a setup? That's how paranoid I naturally am. And it was early in the morning. I think it was like 11 a.m. And I wasn't that keen to double dump 2 fucking pills at 11 a.m. So I was like, fuck it. I'll wrap them in the plastic from my cigarette packet and I'll put it in my mouth and I'll walk past them, and if anything happens then I'll just swallow them anyway. So I did that. I hid behind like a fucking canteen, wrapped the pills up, and started walking towards the stairs, and for some reason I was so fucking nervous. It's like 2 pills. I'm not like the fucking Sinaloa cartel here. They probably would have fucking let me off. So I reach the stairs and I start walking up the stairs and I'm just getting more nervous and nervous. Like I've got a consignment from fucking Mexico. And I keep walking up the stairs and then somehow I get to the top step. My foot clips the top step and I trip and I just fall face first on the ground in between these sniffer dogs and the cops, completely laid out. And the sniffer dogs are looking at me going, I'm not even going to sniff this retard. I can tell by sight this guy is too stupid to be a drug dealer. And one of the policemen actually held out his hand to help me up. And there were no questions asked. And I remember walking past those police going, I could never ever be a drug mule. I could never be a drug dealer or a drug mule. I've got no fucking chance. I would not be an asset to the cartel. Let's just put it that way. Okay, that's it. Add me on social media. I'm at Boyle Comedy on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Keep sending in your stories so I can read them out on Fucked Up Fridays. Just your drunkest, craziest fucking stories. Send them in to me. And if you're enjoying the podcast, give us a rating, a review, and a subscribe wherever you're listening to it. Alright, cheers. So